Welcome to another episode of Meet You at the Top podcast. Guys, if you love what we do, if you love watching the guests on our show, please do like, subscribe, share. It really does mean the world to us. Again, you know what time it is. Meet You at the Top podcast with your hosts, Magda Wolski and
Elphi Bolombo. Today, we have the Kim K of network marketing.
Y'all found out on the internet.
Let me introduce you, okay? We have a business coach. She's a speaker, and she has helped over 40,000 people create an online income. Wow. And we want to know all about it. So today we have Afnan Khalifa.
Hi, guys. What an honor to be on this podcast with you, lovely ladies.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to have you here. Yes. And we know Afnan is such a busy woman. She's, traveling across the world.
Anything for y'all.
We super appreciate it. Elphi, start us off.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely. So we know that you moved to Toronto in 2016, sorry. Yeah. You moved to Toronto from 2016. What kind of motivated your move to Canada?
So I feel like at that moment I was looking forward to moving to Canada for my whole life. Mm-hmm. So a little backstory, I actually lived 18 years in Saudi Arabia. And if you've ever seen any videos about Saudi Arabia or heard anything about Saudi Arabia, it's very strict, especially as a woman. You really have no voice. You can't say much. Whatever you say does not matter. Mm-hmm. And coming from a strict country, from a strict culture, I even have stricter parents, to add on the sauce. And it was, I always knew I'm gonna study university here in Canada because that was the plan since we're Canadians. Mm-hmm. And I always just looked forward because I was just so trapped, and I was like a bird in a little cage, and I'm I just want to work. I didn't want to do the crazy stuff. Oh, I want to party. No, I just wanted to work, to have businesses, to have my own money, to travel, to live the life that you see in movies, because I was a big movie girl. Yeah. And then 18, I was I'm running away from y'all. So that's when I came to Canada. I went to Ryerson. I studied business, dropped out last year because what the hell were they teaching me? I have no idea. But that's another topic for another day. Especially for business, I didn't really learn anything. I feel for business, you got to be in the field to actually learn. Yes. But yeah, that's how I actually moved to Canada. And the first, I would say 4 months, it was good. I was going to school, studying, and then I got a call from my dad, and he's like, so my business is not doing well, and you are gonna have to get a job. I'm I've never had a job in my life. Yeah. And I've tried, applying to jobs, but if you've never worked a job at 18, your resume is empty. Yeah. So no one would hire me. They're so I'm I have to lie. Y'all are forcing me to lie on my resume. You can't, question my ethics now. And I was applying to every single place in downtown Toronto because that's where I went to school for. Mm-hmm. And my first job was Starbucks, and that's where it all started, where I just felt for the first time of my life, I had the power to change my circumstances. Yeah. Because for the longest time, I was living, what is my parents making? I can only take permission from my dad to do X amount of stuff. To go out, I had to ask him if I can go out, if I can borrow money. Mm-hmm. And obviously he wasn't a bad person. He was an amazing, father, gave us amazing things, but still I was
restricted.
Very restricted. Yeah.
So you coming from Saudi to Toronto, that must have been really expensive, right? The whole process, at what point, the transition from coming from Saudi to Toronto, how is that? Because a lot of people, they don't know what it's like to even immigrate to a different country, right?
Yeah, well, so when we came here, my brother was already here because he's 3 years older than me, and he was already studying here. Mm-hmm. So I feel he kind of had a base. He found us a home. Not all my parents, my mom and my siblings came with me. Again, back to you can't move away by yourself. So it was still strict when I came here. Okay. I remember my first 2 years here, I had a curfew at 8 p.m. I'm my class finishes at 7. Yeah. I can't be back at 8. So I was always known in the family the girl that breaks all the rules. I never listen. I'm that rebel person. Yeah. They say black sheep turn to a goat.
Yeah.
I'm the goat.
What does your dad do? What kind of business does he run?
So he had his own business back home. It was like designing gardens, agriculture and so on and so forth. But Saudi came up with a rule, and I get it. Hey, they're trying to make their own people like rich. It came up with a rule the past couple of years, and that's why he had to leave, and that's why he lost his business. Where if you're not originally Saudi, and you can't be originally Saudi unless like your background, you can't like have a passport, because they really like the king get out of the hospital, gives everyone a free house. It's like amazing there if you're Saudi. But they came up with this rule that if you're not Saudi and you have your own business, you need to hire someone to be your own boss, and you gotta pay them for like basically them not doing anything. So my dad was like, I've been building this for the past like 25 years. How do you want me to like hire someone to be above me and give them all like the right to run my company? So that's when he decided, okay, well, it's time to just move to Canada. But we moved to Canada and both my parents didn't speak English. My English was broken. So I was in an international school my whole life. So I studied English, I knew English, but speaking it was not fluent, right? So I was like, and that's another reason why it was very hard to get a job, because I remember I went to Banana Republic and I was trying to, they got me an interview, right? And it was a group interview. Y'all, that was scary. Like 10 people with fully good English trying to like compete the best answers, the biggest words. I'm like, y'all are just gonna be folding clothes. Y'all know that, right? I don't know what we're competing here for. Y'all can have a job. But yeah, it was very difficult to get a job when I got here.
So your whole family's basically in Canada now?
Like mom, dad, siblings.
Okay. Why Canada instead of US? I know you love America.
Well, I was born here, so we had the Canadian passport. So that's why I always knew I'm gonna come to Canada. So my dad did like the best thing ever, because so I'm originally Palestinian. That passport will not get you anywhere, period.
Right.
Like they don't even think it's a real country now. We're not gonna get into politics. But so back in the days, they made sure I was born here, so we got the passport for the whole family. So we're originally Canadian. That's why. But
okay, now it's starting to make sense.
Yes. I love asking these questions to get the full story.
Yeah, I love it.
So let's kind of talk about your business. Obviously, you're very successful at what you do.
Thank you.
It's through Kavera, right?
No, so we're not gonna mention company name.
Okay.
Because so in general, network marketing, any company you're with, they have very certain like rules where you can't say your income and so on and so forth, because to them it's like enticing someone, which I don't think it's enticing. You're just inspiring people that you made X amount of money. But that's why in network marketing in general, you see a lot of successful people. Like I know some of my friends that are making like $1 million a month, but they can't say the exact number, or at least they made it from that company because of FTC rules, network marketing rules. But yeah, I'm in network marketing.
Okay, so we'll stick to network marketing. So how does one make money from network marketing? I'm sure there's so many listeners that are curious.
Yeah, there's so many haters too. But
we'll get into that. We're gonna get into that, baby.
Right. Y'all saw the YouTube videos?
We did our research.
I saw a few.
But, you can never take what's on the internet for face value, and that's why it's nice to have the person here, right?
No, there's a girl in Toronto, shout out to her, whatever, I hope she's making money off my video talking about me. But she's like rich girl bragging on social media, and it's like, babe, if you're making millions of dollars at my age, you will brag too. Like, let's be real, right? We're all young, and obviously I don't even like share it as bragging. I'm trying to really just inspire more people. And if it comes off as bragging, I guess you're just taking it as bragging, right? It can be inspiration, it can be bragging, it just depends. But network marketing in general, so let's start this.
Yes. How does it work? Let us know.
So network marketing in general, right? For our platform, there is investing and network marketing, right? So the network marketing is an optional thing. Most companies, network marketing is the whole business. For us, it's like you can just be on the investing and trading side or the network marketing. Network marketing is really just sharing the platform with others, word of mouth.
Yeah.
Right. And if you help someone make money and then they help someone make money, people call it pyramid. I think everything in life is pyramid. If you look at a job, CEO, whatever. But at least, I know someone's going to cut this video and make a whole video on TikTok. It's a pyramid that pays.
That's
So the only way in this platform you can actually get paid, or in these pyramids, is if you help someone else make money, right?
Yeah.
Versus other platforms, it's like you don't want someone else to make more than you, because if they make more than you, then they're scared you can replace them, right? Then you become the CEO or whatever. In our platform, if you help someone else make money, you make money. In network marketing in general, most companies, they don't do ads, billboards. You're never gonna see them on a Facebook ad, whatever. They just rely on like, hey, try the products, try the services. If you like it and you share it, we're gonna pay you. Almost like affiliate marketing, but you also get paid from if someone else recruits someone. That's the word that everyone's so scared of. But I always tell people, like, I'm so glad that I got recruited to, you know, an investing and trading platform, because if I didn't, I would probably still be like serving, right? Because that's what I've done before. And it really just, I feel like network marketing introduces you to, I feel like network marketing should be a prerequisite to a lot of the businesses, because first of all, the price of getting in is very low. Hence why you see a lot of hate toward network marketing, because anyone can enter. You can start with $100, right? And you're like, oh, I'm joining this company, boom, I'm not making money. While in entrepreneurship, you guys know, right? Realtors, it takes time. But if someone is investing $100 and they don't see return in the next, or first of all, they don't see return because they're not putting in the work, because they're not used to entrepreneurship. They're used to a boss telling them what to do, X, Y, Z. They're like, oh, this is a scam. And it's like, it's not really a scam. It just really takes work. It's entrepreneurship. But it really gives you access to a lot of people and tools that people pay hundreds and thousands of dollars to have access to. Like, I have a lot of my friends, a lot of my mentors that are making millions of dollars, and I can talk to them and ask for advice because I'm in the same platform, right? That proximity is very hard. Remember, like we went to like network, us three, and to prove yourself to these millionaires or these people that are making money, it's a little bit challenging. It's like, okay, you got to talk about your resume. But when you are in network marketing in general, you have access to all those people that are making money, and they will give you advice to help you because they want you to win, because obviously it'll make them win in return. And then you learn personal development, mindset, public speaking, and then depends on like the product or the service of the platform. Again, we do investing and trading, so you learn how to invest and trade, which is, you know, they talked about it in the event that we attended. It's like if you're not investing within the next 10 years, inflation is gonna beat you and you will be broke. Like, it's not a luxury anymore. It's like, oh, I'm investing. Like, you have to be investing. Whether it's in, you know, stocks, crypto, real estate, you gotta be investing.
And now your brother got you into the multi-level marketing.
So he actually did not want me to start.
Really?
Yeah, so he did it for 2 years. And I was like, oh, I want to try this thing. I just see you like talking on the phone all the time, looking at those charts. Like, how can I do it? And he's like, yeah, stick to your fashion serving thing. And I'm like, no, like, I really want to do it. I, like, you know. And I remember this was like the ticker for me, where I was like, I just need to do this because I feel like that can be like my breakthrough. I went, first of all, I was serving at, you know, a Brazilian steakhouse here in Toronto, very popular. And I remember I had to like work an extra like 10 shifts to save for Mexico. And that Mexico trip, first of all, we were on a budget. I was splitting it with 3 girls. I was like stressed about money the whole time. And I'm like, this is crazy. I can't. And that was the only trip for the year. I'm like, that's not the life that I want to live forever. And I was making at a serving job way more than at a 9-to-5. And hence why I didn't go the 9-to-5 route.
Of course.
Probably 9-to-5, eventually I would have made more in the future years, but it just didn't make sense to me. And I'm spending more time at a 9-to-5 versus serving. So I'm like, wait, I'm spending less time making more. It makes sense. Although my parents were like, well, get a good job. And I'm like, but what's a good job if I'm not happy, if I'm miserable, if I'm literally spending all day, 5 days of my week at a place that I don't like? So I went to the trip. I saw people working from their like laptop and their phone, and that was like before COVID. So like now it's like normalized to like see people like working from home, whatever. I'm like, wait, y'all work from here? Y'all not on vacation? They're like, no, we actually work from anywhere, like remotely. And that's when it clicked for me that anyone can work remotely. Obviously, COVID made it very normal nowadays. And then I came back and I was like, I really want to do it. And he's like, no, I don't want to mix family and business. He was just so scared that all the boys in the company are gonna hit on me. And it's like, okay, duh, like they can hit all day long. I know how to obviously,
Are you guys still working together?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
But we're mature enough. I know how to run business separate from personal life.
Yeah.
And I remember I had to, for a whole month, send him like paragraphs every single night on like why this is the thing that's gonna change my life.
Yeah.
And finally he made me like sign a bunch of like contracts, documents on like not to talk to boys in the team or whatever. That's what happens when you're like with a Middle Eastern brother.
Is your family still super strict on like what you do, how you act, what you wear, and stuff like that?
They are strict, but I feel like they gave up.
I mean, yeah, now you're an adult, you live alone.
Yeah, they're like, okay, well, no matter what we say, it's not really gonna affect her, so let her just, be her.
So for viewers and listeners that are watching and they want to, achieve success, what are some of the, because I watched some of your videos and you said that you need 7 streams of income to be comfortable and to, have that financial freedom. What are some of the 7 streams of income that you have acquired and that you put your time in? Yeah,
I have a lot of streams of income. Well, I always tell people like, I'm gonna get into the streams of income, but beside that, people don't move and people are so comfortable and they only move out of 2 things, either inspiration or desperation, right? And I always pray that people that are listening are moving out of inspiration versus like, okay, I'm desperate, I'm broke, I have nothing to my name, my kids are starving, my family is struggling, I have to do what it takes. You don't want to get to that position. And with how recession is going, inflation, a lot of people are in that position. I know we're blessed, we have opportunities, we have different sources of income that are like blessing us, but the average person, they don't know that exists or that's accessible to them. So my streams of income, so obviously I've built my social media and I feel like they're all integrated. Like I'm not doing something out of the blue.
Right.
So first of all, it's like my network marketing, right? So that's residual income. I also get commissions based on the sales that I personally do. Investing, right? Investing is a big one. People always ask me this question, like, do you make more from investing or marketing? And it's like, well, if I invest the 7 figures that I make from the marketing, you can only imagine if I 3x it, 10x it, how much money would I make? So technically I make more money from investing, but that money comes from the marketing, from, obviously the residual that I have. So investing and trading, whether it's crypto, a little bit of stocks, day trading, I do speaking. I get paid for speaking all around the world. I'm like with a couple agencies. I just signed up with an agency for like brand deals as well.
Nice.
So that's happening as well.
Yeah.
And what else?
What are like the top 2? I guess streams of income are different for everybody, but if somebody who's looking to add another stream of income to their portfolio or to their life, what would you recommend?
Well, definitely investing and trading. Definitely. If you want to learn how to like day trade, very beneficial. It's gonna take time, but also investing in like midterm to long-term investments, right? Take whatever you make from your job, from your business, and just reinvest it. That's how you're gonna beat this inflation recession that we're in.
Yeah. So you made mention that it takes a while, a little bit of time before you see like a nice return in your investments.
It depends.
It depends. How long did it take you?
My first month, I made $18,000.
Wow.
But that's not typical. I always tell people like, I'm crazy. If you're crazy like me, then by all means, right? My first month, so I actually made $18,000 from the marketing side. And then that's when I actually had money to invest, because in the beginning I had like $500 to invest. So I did invest that and I made some money, but it wasn't the money that's gonna get me to quit my job, because it's $500. It's not gonna turn to 6 figures anytime soon.
Right.
But then when I made the $18,000 from just getting all my friends and family, I'm like, listen, we're all broke. We all hate what we do. Let's try and learn how to invest and trade together. So they all joined, and I hit a bonus in the company that no one have hit before. That's why it was like a massive check. And then I put like $5K into the crypto automation that we have, another $5K into like day trading, Forex, so I had more money to actually play with.
Have you had any losses from the investing?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
What was your biggest loss that you
$200,000.
Do you know how you lost that money?
That's because I'm greedy. Because, you know, sometimes you gotta take risks and they're gonna fire back.
Yes.
But again, like, and that was recent, by the way. Like, I was like, God, why? Not the time. I was trying to buy all those things.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, why I take a lot of risky investments, because there's the safe ones, and again, you always want to invest what you're willing to lose.
Yeah.
100%. But for me, I know my residual income is coming every single week, every single month. So if I lost that money, I know it's going to be coming within the next month or two.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why I never first of all, that's why I take a lot of more riskier investments that I've made a lot way more from them than the $200,000 that I lost. But sometimes it is what it is. And
with network marketing, if the people that have joined you, for example, what happens if they leave? Does the residual income like decrease?
Oh, 100%.
Increase?
100%.
Based off of people who stay joined to the company, basically.
As long as they're in the company, they're making money, then you make money too.
Do you ever feel pressure to stay on the grind, to stay on like getting people to come on? Do you know what I mean? Because of that?
At my level, I don't feel the pressure of like getting people on, because I have like a massive team that they help more people and I help them help more people to increase the money that they're making. But making a lot of money at basically 22, because that's when I started making like 7 figures, it was very traumatic because of the reason that you just mentioned. I made a lot of money fast, and it's not typical for investing, for network marketing. And maybe it was just my personality. I'm a very bubbly person. Like I have good energy. I've always been that extrovert. So it does help in business because you're good with people. You know how to talk to people.
Yeah.
But then I made all this much money, and then everyone's like, oh, wow, the whole company is now looking up to me. Over like 300,000 people that are looking up to me. And I'm like, it was traumatic to make all that money and have all those people looking up to you, and you need to act right. Yeah. You need to stay on the grind, to lead by example, to show people how to do things. So every dollar, and that was like the first year and a half when I was making money, I would like spend every single dollar that I make.
Yeah.
Because
what would you spend it on? I'm curious.
Like I went to like Vegas, I went like designer shopping, $50,000 a day, and then I flew to Miami.
$50,000 a day?
Yeah, I have a screenshot. Yeah, my Balmain stylist, he loves me. He's like, oh, when are you coming? I'm like, I'm not coming again. I'm not spending that. It was crazy. And then I went to Miami and I spent another $30,000, and that's US, by the way. And it was just on designer. I love vacations, so I would literally take vacations, 5-star hotels. I never really cared about cars. I would like rent them, but like I don't really drive like anywhere. I think I have not driven my car in like a whole 2 weeks until I just came. So I don't really care about cars. My loft, I love like having a nice place, but it was mainly designer. It was really mainly designer.
When you started making money, did your family like ask for help, and like cousins start popping up out of nowhere? Let me know what that's like. Like where is it? Like, you know, I want to hear that trauma too, because a lot of people talk about that.
Yeah. Well, me and my brother, we retired our parents like 2 years ago, so they don't work, so we pay all the bills. It is a responsibility to literally pay for a whole household of like 6 people. Their cars, the house, the grocery. It's a lot. You know, sometimes it's like, why do I gotta do this? You're the adult. I'm the child. But you know, obviously, it's very like it's a great feeling to retire your parents, because I know everything that they've done to me. Cousins, I didn't have cousins. All my cousins are like really young, so like I don't think they even know how much I make. They know I make a lot of money, but like they don't really know, and they're not here, so it's like I don't really see them. But uncles be calling me. I'm like, yo, just $1,000. I'm like, it's not about the $1,000, but why? What? Do you want me to help you join what I do? Yeah. But yeah, they started popping out of nowhere. But it was very weird in the beginning, because everyone's like, okay, another trauma that I've had. So I started making a lot of money before I got my loft. I would stay at Airbnbs because I would just travel all the time. So I'm like, I don't even want to pay like rent or mortgage because I'm traveling all the time. So I remember I was in Toronto and I got like a whole place for like 6 bedrooms, 6 washrooms, and I was the only person in the house. Crazy.
Yeah.
And then it was snowing. So I was like posting on my story like, oh, I gotta shovel the snow. This is crazy, whatever. And everyone's like, wait, you're so rich. Why can't you just hire someone to shovel the snow? And I'm like, that's true. But like, first of all, where do you find those people? Like, you know, when you make a lot of money young, you're like, I don't know all those things. Like, I'm still learning. I know how to make money. I don't know how to do any other things. So I had to figure out taxes. I had to hire the best accountant. People are starting to tell me like, okay, real estate. So I had to hire like a good real estate agent to like help me with all. But it's like, making money doesn't make you just 10 times smarter out of nowhere. So I was still a child with a lot of money, not knowing what to do with this money. And I'm like, well, I don't want to buy a Lamborghini, although I can put it on a credit card, but if it will look good, but then that's very irresponsible to just buy a Lamborghini when I don't drive it and I'm not even in Toronto anytime.
Yeah.
So it's like all those like thoughts, and I was just like battling. So I would spend every single dollar because I'm like, I just don't deserve it, and all those people are looking up to me, and money comes to me so easily that it would stress me.
Do you feel like, because I know you said you came from a like really strict household, do you feel like that has had any effect on like when you got money, you're just spending it because you didn't have to ask anybody? You know what I mean? Like,
Probably.
do you feel like how has your childhood created traumas in today's, and how have you fixed it? Or work towards it, of course. We always gonna have trauma now.
Yeah, no, a lot of trauma. That's probably true. Like, I just felt like I can just get anything and I'm never restricted. But again, back home, my dad had this thing where he's like, if you can't pick one, just buy 2. So it wasn't.
Daddy have money.
Well, you know, Saudi is way cheaper than America and Canada, but it's like, okay, well, if I can't choose one chips, I can buy 2. And that was like the biggest worry when I was younger. But yes, I did spend a lot of money because I was like, I can just spend it. It's my money. I can do anything with it. And I would buy literally the stupidest things ever. And it's like, because I can just spend it. Another like trauma that came from like childhood was like not really living life. You know, like not enjoying the moment. And I feel like that was a reason why I got success fast, because I was like, I don't need to have fun. If we're not making money, I don't need to see these people, period. If we're not working to like better ourselves, I don't need to see y'all.
Yeah.
And that's good to an extent. But like, if you ask me, like, for example, like how many clubs have I been to, I can count them on both hands.
Yeah.
How many times have I just gone out? I've done it more recently the past year because I've been learning to just like, you know, it's okay to have fun.
Yeah.
It's okay to have like one day off, because I would like stress. I'm like, I did not work today. I'm like, I have extreme anxiety. Why am I not working? I need to do X, Y, Z. And it would like get to me. So I had to just really train myself to like, it's just okay to take it easy sometimes. You don't need to be stuck up and like work mode all the time.
Yeah.
Did you experience any trauma with friendships?
I was gonna ask the same thing.
When you started to get money, because people start acting different when you got a little bit more money.
Babe, it wasn't even when I started making money, it was before. So when I started this thing, I always knew a lot of people, but I always keep my circle small. So one of my friends that it was like my best friend type of thing.
Yeah.
Our parents know each other, and she was here in Canada and so on and so forth. She was like, why are you doing this? This is what like broke people do. I'm like, good news, I'm broke. You're broke too, so I don't know why we're having this conversation. She's like, I see you more as a fashion stylist. I see you like in magazines. I'm like, good news, that does not pay. Maybe right now, not with my following, not with the passion is great, but I need to go for things right now that are gonna be making me money, and then I can pursue my passion. Right? Passion is gonna be here forever. Opportunities won't. So I'm like, okay, so that's when we really just drifted apart. She had a rich dad, so I understand. Like, she never really had to like struggle, support a family or anything.
Yeah.
I had to. So I had to like, I didn't cut her off. Well, technically I did, but we just drifted apart because I was just so focused on this business and like being surrounded by people that are doing the same thing that I'm doing, that we just stopped being aligned. And you gotta have the same vision alignment with your friends.
Yeah.
How do you use your discernment to have new friends now? Or like when you're meeting people, are you like paranoid that, you know, like how do you feel?
She said, are you paranoid?
I'm asking all the good questions.
You are. One of my good friends told me once that you don't get to know someone better, you get to know them longer. So I just really take things day by day.
What do you think that means?
You know when like people say like, oh, I just know them so well. And you've maybe only been in that relationship, friendship for like a month, 2 months. And it's like, you might know them well, but like, I promise... Right. But I promise you, if you stayed with them for a year, 2 years, you're gonna know them better, and you're gonna either accept them as they are, because we can't change people unless they want to change, or you're gonna see that you guys are not aligned. So now with like any friendships, relationships that I have, I just take it easy. I'm like, okay, let's just go day by day, enjoy the moment. One thing that I had to learn, and just see where it goes. If we're aligned and if we have fun together, we can benefit each other. Then it shall be it. But most of the people that I'm always around are people that also has businesses, so they understand that I don't need to be on a FaceTime with you all day. Like, remember the other day, you're like, oh, like I have to work. I'm like, yeah, me too. Take a screenshot. Like, I understand. Like, it's not like I'm like, oh my God, she didn't text me. When you have things going on for yourself, you just understand that other people do have things going on for themselves
and just
too.
Because time goes on and like you don't see the person doesn't mean there's any love lost in that relationship.
Yeah.
We're just out here trying to build, all of us.
Exactly. We're all on the same grind. Have you brought in any of your friends or family into MLM?
Oh, all of them.
All of them.
All of them that obviously wanted to do it. Most of my family does it. So my brother does it, I do it. My younger brother just got started like 6 months ago. He's on his way to start making 6 figures at 19, which is beautiful. My younger sister, she's gonna do it in 2 years when she turns 18. Like, this whole dynamic have changed the whole entire like Khalifa family. A lot of our family like back home does it too. Most of my friends are in network marketing, either our network marketing or other network marketing. I just think it's a really, really dope prerequisite to any business. It will just give you that shortcut that you need.
Now, what about those that don't make money from MLM? Or why do you think that is? Why are there people that make such a impactful amount, such as yourself and your family, and then there's those that are struggling, they're trying to pay the subscriptions or trying to
That's a good question. Well, with us, what's cool about it is you don't need to make money in network marketing to make money in the company, because originally once you get started, you're really focusing on investing and trading. So that should be the way you make money. And then the network marketing is more like sharing it with people. Now, some people will take them longer to make money in network marketing because you gotta build credibility. If in your past life you weren't credible, you weren't inspiring to your friends and family, guess what? They're gonna laugh at you because they don't believe that what you're doing right now is gonna get you to where you need to be, right? You need personal development. A lot of people have a lot of limiting beliefs, and you see why a lot of entrepreneurs don't even make it in business, let alone network marketing. So it's the same. I feel like anyone can be successful in network marketing if they just really take the time to work on themselves. And I've seen people that make money maybe in 3 years, other in a month, in 6 months. It's just the standard usually. If you do it for 3 to 6 years, like consistently, and you really build yourself, you should be making 6 figures.
Now because I mean you have a great Instagram following. How did you achieve that? Was this before MLM? After?
I was after.
Really? So
that's
what were you at before?
I had like 2,000 followers.
Okay.
And probably 1,000.
In 2016?
No, like in 20. When did I start? 2019 when I started. And probably 1,000 of them were fake as well. You know, you could buy it for like $1 back then. I'm gonna buy 50 followers for $1. You can't do that anymore. I think Instagram like blocks you or like reports your account. But
I still know a couple of fake accounts.
Literally. So one thing that network marketing usually teaches, our network marketing teaches, is social media. So we literally have calls on how to go viral, on how to build a social media, how to increase your engagement. Like we train on social media. So again, hence why it's really a good prerequisite to any business, because I know if I, let's say, stop doing network marketing, I can build any business. I can build a cupcake shop. Matter of fact, I can become a realtor. I can become a realtor, and I can, be very successful because of all the things that I've learned, all the skills that I have. I've went viral a lot of times on TikTok and Instagram. And obviously, you know, connecting with people and so on and so forth.
Yeah. What's the key to going viral? Give me like 2 or 3 points.
You gotta be controversial.
Oh,
You gotta be controversial.
Elphi.
Do you have to believe in what you're saying to be controversial, or do you just to be controversial?
Sometimes it can be a very like a neutral thing, but it's how you say it. You know what I mean? Like if you're
Without the filter.
Right? And then you gotta be very careful what you say the first 3 seconds of the video, because people be scrolling, like our
Attention span.
Yes, thank you. Our attention span with all these TikTok and Reels is insane. So people are scrolling. So in the first 3 seconds, if it's not interesting, they're not gonna watch.
Yeah.
Okay, controversy, a hook, and one more.
A hook. I'll be honest, pretty privileged.
Let's keep it real.
Yo, it's a real thing.
Yes,
Hey, pretty privilege is probably the best thing ever if you use it to your advantage. But like, I'm not trying to be a pretty girl just to find like a man to spend on me. That's great, but like that's not like the end goal, or like to get into the club. Huh?
Do they be spending?
They be spending if they want to.
No, true.
Yeah, well, you know, but here's the thing with men too. Okay, let's dive a little bit into men. Men will spend if they know you got the money. Because they're like, first of all, she doesn't need my money. She clearly has her own money. So it's not like you're like begging for a purse or like begging for shoes.
Right.
They just want to like reward you, of course, like if you're a good woman.
But men do spend in exchange for something else as well, I feel like.
100%. That's modern prostitution, but we're not going to get into that.
You guys want that for free, okay? Without the purse. No.
They don't do that no more.
Yeah.
So, Afnan, you just seem like such a bubbly person. You seem like you know what you're talking about in terms of your business. So where is all the online hate coming from? You know, you've seen the videos.
Yeah.
You've seen people questioning you, the way you make money.
Yeah.
Where is it all coming from?
I'll be honest. I feel like the love is way more than the hate.
Yeah.
But you can't, like, I've seen it. Like, you guys know Gary Vee?
Yeah.
Like, how can you hate Gary Vee? But he probably has the most hate when it comes to entrepreneurs,
Yes.
right? So I just feel like, first of all, when you reach a certain type of success, when you're like out there, people are gonna have opinions, and right, they're gonna say things without understanding the full story, right? If someone doesn't like network marketing, there's a lot of those anti-MLM people. They're gonna say, and I don't take it personal because I know they're not like attacking me personally.
Right.
They're just attacking me, the person who's sharing this opportunity, because they don't agree with it, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And you gotta understand that's how they make their money too.
True.
Because if you look at their videos, a lot of their like cute vlogs have like 1,000 views, and then anything anti-MLM is like 50,000 views, 100,000 views.
Yeah.
Because people obviously love to talk. Like that's the things that go viral, right? When you hate on someone. That's another point. If you spread hate, you'll get viral. That's another point. Let's be real. It's real. People want drama. People love drama. People love like, but yeah, I feel like that's really what it comes with. A lot of hate when it comes to like bragging, showing off the money. But if it's an NFL player showing off his home, his cars, then that's acceptable.
Yeah.
But a Middle Eastern girl, a woman in our society, doing something that maybe is not so normalized in our culture yet, then that gets hate.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point. Let's dive into a little bit of the, love aspect. Elphi, you can start us off with that.
I have my man on my screen.
Okay, so what was the craziest DM you ever got? And it could be
like
crazy.
From who?
It could no.
Yes. Give me names.
I have a lot of like not to I hate like to brag.
It's not bragging.
It's not bragging.
It's facts. No.
It's sharing.
Well, it's sharing. Well, I first of all, Meek Mill. Meek Mill DM'd me, but I actually did not.
He was here like 2 weeks ago, no? Or a week ago.
In Toronto?
Yeah.
He can't come to Toronto.
Wasn't he here?
No, babe. He can't enter this country.
Really? No, I could have sworn.
He told me, he's like, I can't enter.
Am I having amnesia? I don't know. I could have sworn I seen something.
Maybe for business or something.
For the concert. Who just had a concert in the city?
Oh, Drake?
No, it was not the Drake concert. Was it the... Nav concert. I could have sworn I seen Meek Mill there, like
don't
on
think
somebody's
so.
story.
No way.
Okay, sorry. False.
He genuinely cannot like enter Canada, right?
Maybe it was a different rapper. You know, I'm not really into like I don't know the rappers like that. So
that's me. So
I
when he
could have
messaged,
missed-
no, 100%. So when he messaged me, I actually did not know who he is. So he messaged me like, how did you find my Finsta? And I didn't respond for like 2 weeks. And then I was scrolling through my DMs to like see if I missed any messages from people that are interested in like joining. And I'm like, wait, 24 million? Who's this man that just messaged me? Like, you know how there's accounts that message you, oh, I'm gonna buy you followers or whatever, that crazy. But I'm like, okay, who's this? So I take a screenshot and I send it to my co-host. I'm like, wait, who's this? And she's like, I'm gonna kill you. You don't know who Meek Mill is? I'm like, I genuinely did not know who Meek Mill is. I know Drake, The Weeknd, the basic people.
Now they're calling Drake Bacon. Viral.
He's
I
in your
love
DMs too.
Drake. No, he's not. Too many girls in his house. But yeah, he was just like, he's like, how did he find my Finsta, whatever?
Yeah.
And then he's like, also your name is Khalifa, and I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh, I have a lot of cousins that are named Khalifa, and I'm like, okay.
Are you spitting game or are you trying to be?
No, so you know what I say? I'm like, okay, so I guess I'm gonna be your cousin too. He's like, nah, I wanna bae you. I don't want a cousin.
He's so cheesy.
But he's a nice guy. So we FaceTimed a couple times.
Yeah.
But like just as friends, I just told him like we're not compatible.
Why not? What made him not compatible? I want to know.
No, you don't want to know. I don't know. That's not the type of usually. I like entrepreneurs. I'll be honest.
Yeah. No, I feel like.
And then when I told him,
You want a loyal man, right?
well, nothing against him. He's a really great guy. I actually asked him to rap at one of our events soon.
Cool.
And then he asked me for a crazy price. I'm like, boy.
How about a hug?
No, so.
Oh. That's the universe talking. We'll fix it.
Here.
Magda, you got the combo.
Yeah, no worries.
Here, I
Wow.
got it. Not really.
Perfect. Oh my gosh, we just, the podcast can't handle all the info, all the tea being spilled.
All the Meek Mill stuff. Thank you.
Okay, well, I mean, you always talk about wanting a 7-figure guy.
No, but let me tell you why I told him we're not compatible. So
Yes,
I'm like,
this
we're not
sounds-
compatible. And then he says, why? I'm too hood for you. I'm like,
Oh, shit.
I didn't say it. You
Damn.
did.
Yeah.
But no, but it was funny. No, he's a really nice guy. But yeah, I like entrepreneurs. I like someone I can build something with.
Yeah.
We can have a conversation about how to build multiple sources of income, businesses, and so on and so forth. So entrepreneurs are.
So you guys never linked up?
No.
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 Do you think it's possible to have a long-term relationship with the crazy schedule that you have going on? You're always traveling. You're barely home. How do you envision a partner being beside you in those times?
That's a good question. My schedule is what I make it.
Okay.
So when people see like, okay, well, you travel all the time, you're like crazy life. It's a crazy life because what am I gonna do sitting at home?
Right.
I would rather be out there, right? Let's say I have a van right now. I would, maybe like not do the unnecessary traveling. I would just do like an event, 1 day, 2 days, come back home. And that's one thing that I love about entrepreneurship. Like I can it's my schedule that I set. But right now, since I don't think I'm single, I think I'm like half taken. We're like still in the talking stages.
Single life.
So you're right. But yeah, it's like building season right now until the right man come, and then hey, I would love to just.
Yeah.
What if you
house
met a man who makes 7 figures, right? And he tells you, baby, I don't want you to work. I want you to just be a housewife, raise the children. How do you feel about that?
Okay, so here's the thing why not one man have told me this before, because I work from my phone.
Okay.
So I don't have to really be anywhere. So it's like you're just basically saying no to me making money from my phone. Like I'm still gonna be raising the kids.
So you think you could do both?
Yeah, because if he's working, let me train the team on a call. Like why is that affecting you? So it's never an issue when I'm in, because I'll be honest, like most of the people that I date are making more than 7 figures. Not for the money, it's more like, and I hate to say it, but
And that's the name of your podcast, huh?
I hate to say it, but it's very hard, and we're gonna get a lot of hate for this. It's very hard for me to submit to someone that's not as financially free as me, right? And it's not really about the money. It's about the power and the respect that I can give the man, and I can submit to whatever decision he makes. He says, babe, we should do this business, not this business. If I'm making more money than him, how do you want me to listen to you? No, we're not. Not when it comes. I'll listen to you, but not when it comes to money. And I don't want to have that. So if you're saying, okay, we're not doing this business, we're doing this business, you gotta have receipts that you have been successful more than me, so I can trust your decision and be submitting to you when it comes to money, right?
Yeah.
Again, ladies, we can submit to any man, right? If he makes, she said no.
Not any man, girl.
Any man we love.
Be single, okay? If that was the case, I would not be single. Trust me, because the man has to be a leader at the end of the day.
100%.
If he's not a leader,
100%.
How am I submitting? Where are we going? You don't know where we're going? I don't know. I'm just saying.
But there's a lot of leaders that are broke. So are you okay with that? Like, are you okay with a leader that makes $50,000 a month? I mean, sorry, $50,000 a year. Sorry, I'm so used to it.
It's about you.
Sorry, I meant $50,000 a year. Nothing wrong with 50,000. Actually, there's everything wrong with 50,000. You're like struggling. You can't buy a house in Canada. But would you submit if he's a leader, alpha? He'll tell you what you need to do. That's a no. That's a no.
I think it's about motivation. If I see that there's a guy who's
But
motivated.
How old are we? Am I answering this question now?
See, that's another thing that I talk.
Yeah.
Like most of the guys that I talk to are 30 years plus.
Okay, yeah, no.
So
not
baby,
at 30 years old, I'm
so
sorry.
baby, if we have not figured out at 30, when are we figuring it out at 50? Like, if a guy is like 1 year older than me, then I get it. Okay, he's 25, plenty of time.
Yeah,
but I usually get attracted to men that are a little bit more mature and they have more, because boys be a little immature these days. But yeah, I get attracted to the mindset, but the mindset gotta be backed up by money.
Yeah. If you're not 30 and if you're not making money, it's a red flag for sure. At least for me. So
yeah, like we can't talk. I can mentor you. I can help you make money.
but you can't take me out.
But you can't take me out.
But wait, you said that you are half single. Okay, let us know a little bit about that. What does that mean?
So we've been talking it's long distance. This is one thing about Canada. Maybe there is, but I haven't found them. So hey, if y'all are there, show up. But most of the people that I talk to is like long distance, usually in America.
Yeah.
And we've been talking for the past 2 months. So
Okay.
So do you think that with long distance, do you think that the person has to end up moving?
I'm down to move. I don't want to stay here. I don't want to stay here. I'm moving. I'm moving even if I'm single. Let's start there. But yeah, eventually you want to have one of the parties move, because until when are we trying to do long distance? But this is why I don't mind long distance, because I can just fly anytime. I can see the person anytime. We can just go on vacation every single week and just, but again, they need to be financially free for us to do that.
Would you date a man who has been divorced before?
Divorce?
Yeah. He could be in his 30s, but he has been divorced before.
I just feel like the divorce is like extreme. Let's say he's this man that's out of nowhere, like he's the best man out there. Like it's not like a crazy red flag for me, but it's definitely something to look into.
So is that a non-negotiable? Somebody's divorced?
No.
You're open?
I'm open, but like not really open.
Yeah.
Mid-open.
Okay, so what if they have a kid?
More than one kid, it's too much. I can't.
So one kid is okay?
One kid, I'll take it in, I guess.
So do you think you could play stepmom?
Huh?
Do you think you could play stepmom?
I don't want to place no mom. The kid has his mom.
Yeah.
The mom is not dead. I hope so. Right.
No, but I'm saying, but do you see yourself like playing the stepmom role? Because like, say like the partner has a kid sometimes. Like, do you see yourself like doing her hair, like cooking meals for her, like stuff like that?
I don't like the word stepmom. I would be a friend. I'll be like her older sister or his older sister. Yeah, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the stepmom, like, okay, now I'm taking care of that person. No, well, let's just be friends. Let me help you.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to take the role of a mom, period, unless they're my kids.
Yeah.
You know?
So then,
Dry. That's kind of controversial.
no, it's a preference. It's a preference. I think it's messy, personally.
Really? I don't think so at all. I feel like if my partner has a kid and
think about it, think about it from your perspective. If you're the mom and God forbid you get separated, and then he dates another girl, do you want the other girl to like become a mom? I don't know, or a stepmom. I don't know. And then the kid likes the kid more than you, and then what?
You know what it is? I think that every child needs a mom and a dad present, like a mother and dad present at all times. So like, if my ex-partner found a good woman that has good values, good morals, I would love for her to teach my kid maybe some things that I may not have time to teach them, or like different perspectives.
See, I wouldn't like that.
You know, I would like that.
Don't teach my kid nothing.
But like, I need to meet her and I need to make sure we're on the same, you know, page and accord, because I don't see myself being a stay-at-home mom. No, for real. Guys, for real.
Elphi's possessive. Yeah, right.
Let me meet
just
you.
be in that position. She'd be like, bitch.
As long as you're teaching my kid good stuff, like, I'll come in and comfort you and I will pull up. But
I'll pull up.
But I think it's good. I think I would want the person, like, for example, if they're dating somebody who has no nurturing aspect to them at all, I would be like, why is this woman even hanging out with my kid? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but if your ex decided on that woman, you have to make peace with that's the woman that's going to be beside your child and teaching it, right?
That's true.
What are you going to do? Pop their tires?
That's something Elphi would do. Yeah, let me pop their tire real quick. Yeah, like, that's how I think about it. It's like, I don't want no one to be my, again, this is I think it's I don't think there's a right or wrong. I think it's just personal preference.
No, for sure.
My parents are still together, so I'll be honest, I don't really know until I get into a situation like that.
True.
But I just feel like I would rather me raise my kid, and you can just be their friend, their best friend. You can do their hair and cook for them, like, it's not a big deal. But like, don't be changing their values and beliefs that I'm instilling in them.
No, for sure, 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's something that you think is more important than money? Or is money your number one?
No. Money comes and goes. I think time and relationships.
Yeah. So, Afnan, what is your perfect partner? What do you look for in a man?
He doesn't exist. He doesn't too much requirements. I'll be honest with you, like, it's not really crazy. I just love being reassured, loved properly, respected, and taught all the time. Like, I love someone that can teach me things. If these four are there, then everything else does not matter. Of course, he can't be like ugly, not fit, like 5'3", like, you know what I mean? The basic stuff, right? I'm 5'7", he gotta be taller than me, period. I gotta be able to open my eyes and look at him, and we gotta be able to have like good looking kids. I ain't trying to have ugly kids. You know, again, I'm not trying to date like the next model out there. I don't care about that, but it's like good looking, good morals, reassured, loved, respected, and yeah.
Okay, so before we close up, we want to know, if you were not doing network marketing, what would you be doing? Like, if all of that just came to an end today, what would be your next move?
That's a good question. I feel like I would do like something with like social media, brand deals. I would go like that, definitely heavy on that. I always wanted to be an actor, so that's my next move actually.
And you've been in something, no?
It was more like a reality episode. It's not like really. It's like almost. I felt like a celebrity for a day. That's for sure. I'm like, oh, this is really nice. But yeah.
Okay, cool. And what's one piece of advice you can give our viewers and listeners? It can be anything.
I just always like, this is what motivates me, right? Or this is what disciplines me, because I don't think motivation exists. We're really all dying one day. Like, genuinely. You just never know when that day that you're gonna die. I actually have it on my screen as well. You know how you can change like screens? So when you go to your parents' house, you change my man's picture.
Yo, that's so funny.
Wait, so they don't know about him?
Well, it's 2 months. No one knows about it.
Okay, it's fresh.
Are your parents open to you dating any culture?
Yeah, it's more like morals and like religion versus culture.
Ooh, so if what's your religion if you don't mind me asking?
I'm Muslim.
So if he's not Muslim, what happened?
I don't know what happens. We shall find out.
Can you come back on the podcast once?
Part two.
So this is what I have. Whatever it is, go after it. We're not here for long. And I just really live by this because we're really not here for long. So it's like, what am I scared for? What am I so scared for being judged? I want to be happy genuinely, not happy for people, or not even living for people. So, whatever your goals, your dreams, you want to make a lot of money, just don't wait on no government, family, husband, wife to make it happen for you. You just go ahead and make it. There's so many opportunities in this world. There's so many courses, coaches, books, podcasts that you can learn from to actually better yourself. And you're never going to get somewhere if you don't start.
Yeah, amen. And do you have any events coming up that you can share with our viewers or
Yes, the event that y'all are coming to.
Yes.
So we actually have an event in Toronto, April 28th. It's going to be around 7 p.m. We're going to be actually talking all about crypto, investing, financial literacy. So it'll be very, very dope. You're going to be networking with a lot of people. It's going to be anywhere, we're still obviously selling tickets, but it's anywhere from 500 to 1,000 people. So you're gonna get to see all the entrepreneurs in Toronto. So it's always good to network, always good to be re-inspired. So yeah, April 28th, link is gonna be in my bio to get your tickets.
We'll put it below too.
Yeah, and just use discount code afnan25 to get half off.
Okay, cool. And sorry, I just slipped my mind.
It's good. It's been a good podcast, and we want to thank you so much. You've been so real and like an open book.
Yeah,
I love it.
Really have. Oh, I wanted to say, it slipped my mind. I wanted to give you a compliment because when I had met you, I met you at the Earn Your Leisure after party.
Yeah.
You pulled up by yourself. And that's the type of thing that I would do. And I respect anyone who's willing to pull up by themselves. Obviously, new people there. Yeah. What I will say is your online persona and how bubbly and you are online, you're the same in person because that's how we connected. And I respect that about you because a lot of women that I see online, I meet them in person, it's like, who are you fooling?
They're fake.
So I will commend you on that. Online, you're the same person in person. And I respect that a lot.
I love that.
Amazing.
I love being in Elphi's close friends. Yo, if you're not her close friends, DM her right now.
It's interesting. It's an interesting side of Instagram.
Those friends are damn.
Who hurt you?
No, I appreciate it.
Afnan, where can the people and the listeners find you online?
Instagram, the Afnan Khalifa. That's really the main. We're working on a website soon. But until then, Instagram is our go-to.
Amazing. Elphi, close us off.
It is a Meet You at the Top podcast. We will see you there.
Meet you at the top.